All right, Halle, just having a look at your one of your first response, and I think it goes over to the second page. Also, I apologise if music comes over the top. They're just testing the speakers here. All right, so stimulus two. So we're looking at the image is image of the lizards there. So with reference to that, describe. So indicate the main features of the nature of the dreaming. There's your content, which you've done here. Excellent for Aboriginal Australians. Okay, there's your qualifier, which you've identified, and your bossies there. So we would have to show for the whole group and potentially diversity within the group as well. It's a describe worth 5 marks. So what I'd be looking for is obviously reference to the image, the nature of the dreaming. I'd want a good definition of that with a couple of examples for the Aboriginal Australians. So let's have a look. The dreaming is the centre of Aboriginal religion and life. Good opening sentence because that's exactly what it is. It encompasses the inextricable connection between land and identity. Good. Dreaming is the past, present, and future, hence it is ongoing and relevant in today's society. So you're showing how it's a living tradition. So you could potentially use the same opening if you get a question that asks you about a dynamic living religion. It came at a time when the spiritual ancestors arose, just spelling there, from their eternal sleep from the earth and then created all the physical forms, including mountains, oceans, in addition with people and relationships. Probably say the commonly held belief is that the dreaming came at a time because they would say it's always been in existence. And because of the diversity of Australia, there's more than one dreaming. So there might just need to be a little bit of clarification in there, but it's a good sentence. The dreaming affects all aspects of life. The performance of ceremonies that were first performed by ancestors in dreaming brings to life the power of the dreaming. Okay, good. Brings to life the power of the dreaming each time they are reenacted. Okay, so if you're talking about ceremonies, talk about each time they're reenacted, it brings to life the power of the dreaming or strengthens the power of the dreaming or something like that. The dreaming is experienced through songs, stories, rituals, symbols, and art. Good. Aboriginal art and its symbolism communicates the intimate relationship between the ancestral beings and the law, values, customs, and ceremonies and obligations of Aboriginal people. Very good. That is a really good sentence. Now, potentially, so there's your definition of the dreaming. You could have and done just as well because I was still looking for when you're going to use the image, and it's taken down to nearly a page of writing before you've got there. Not that that's a big drama because you have, but you might want to think about that when you're writing a response to make sure you put that in early so I know that you've answered the question, defined the dreaming, and you've referenced the image, okay, earlier on. Then I'll concentrate on the rest of your work. As demonstrated in the Aboriginal artwork of the two goannas, Aboriginal artwork was traditionally made on canvases using acrylic paint. Just check which type of paint they used because usually it was rocks and dirt mixed with water to create those different types of paint, and ochre from trees as well. Now I'm assuming that this is the next part of it, and we'll have to look sideways. The dreaming gives Aboriginal Australians their rituals and laws and ways of living. Thus, without it, there is chaos and disruption. Okay, we haven't necessarily asked for a judgment, but your judgment there hasn't hurt your response at all. Furthermore, the dreaming provides a connection to the land and is where the creative activity occurred, which therefore impacts on the individual's sense of identity. You'd probably get a 5 for this, Halle, but what you'd want to do to make sure of it is give a concrete example. So if we had a look at your... get rid of that one. Let's see where your other one was. Don't know what I did with it. But your other one, give an example, a concrete example of a tribe or whatever that, say, may have used the goannas as their totem. So if you do some research and find a tribe that has goanna as their totem, then that might help give you a concrete example, which makes your response even stronger.